Friends, let's talk gardener to gardener. Whether you're tending a few pots on a balcony or cultivating a sprawling backyard, we all share the same excitement when it comes to nurturing life from the soil up. There's something deeply satisfying about getting your hands dirty, feeling the earth, and knowing you're part of a cycle that's as old as time itself. When I see kitchen scraps, coffee grounds, banana peels, carrot tops, I see potential, not waste. Every peel, every spent coffee filter, every carrot top is a tiny package of nutrients just waiting to be unlocked. Instead of tossing them in the trash, I see them as the first step in a journey that ends with vibrant, healthy plants. We all know composting, maybe even Bokashi, but there's a next level, turning scraps into a living super soil elixir for your plants. Imagine transforming your kitchen waste into a powerful, nutrient-packed liquid that feeds your garden from the roots up. This isn't just about making compost faster, it's about creating a living solution teeming with beneficial microbes and nutrients. This isn't just about waste reduction, it's a mindset shift. Every organic scrap is a resource. When you start to see your kitchen as a source of endless gardening potential, you'll never look at food waste the same way again. It's about seeing abundance where others see garbage and making the most of what you already have. Think of your kitchen as a 24/7 fertilizer factory. Every meal you prepare, every snack you enjoy, is an opportunity to collect ingredients for your garden's next feast. Those scraps are the raw materials for a homemade fertilizer that's fresher, more potent, and more sustainable than anything you can buy in a store. Whether you're new or experienced, this is your chance to boost your soil's health beyond what you thought possible. Healthy soil is the foundation of every thriving garden, and with the right approach, you can supercharge it with nutrients and life. Imagine your plants growing stronger, resisting pests, and producing more than ever before, all thanks to the scraps you once threw away. We'll explore how to create a nutrient-dense, microbially rich liquid your plants will love. This isn't just a recipe, it's a process that brings your garden to life in new ways. You'll learn how to harness the power of fermentation, unlock hidden nutrients, and give your plants a boost that's both natural and incredibly effective. My own journey started when I wanted nutrients faster than my compost pile could deliver. Fermentation changed everything. My tomatoes thrived. I saw bigger harvests, deeper green leaves, and a resilience in my plants that I'd never seen before. It was like giving my garden a secret weapon, and the results spoke for themselves. This is about creating a closed-loop system at home, turning waste into life, building fertility, and growing resilient food. It's a way to reduce your environmental footprint, save money, and become more self-sufficient. Every time you feed your soil with homemade elixir, you're closing the loop and investing in the health of your garden for seasons to come. It's empowering to know you're nourishing your family and the earth. The food you grow is richer, tastier, and more nutritious, and you can feel good knowing you're making a positive impact, right from your own kitchen and backyard. So, grab your coffee, save those grounds, and let's dive into brewing your own super soil elixir. The magic starts now, and together we'll unlock the full potential of every scrap, every handful of soil, and every plant in your garden. Before we make our elixir, let's get to know our ingredients a little better. The magic of composting starts right here, in your kitchen, with the everyday scraps you might otherwise toss away. These humble leftovers are actually the secret to creating rich, nourishing compost, what many gardeners call black gold. But to unlock their full potential, it's important to understand what you're working with. Kitchen scraps fall into two main groups, greens and browns. Greens are nitrogen-rich materials like fruit peels, veggie trimmings, coffee grounds, and eggshells. These are the juicy, fresh, and often colorful bits that break down quickly and feed the microbes in your compost. Browns, on the other hand, are carbon-rich. Think stale bread, cardboard, and leftover rice. These are drier, tougher, and help balance out the moisture in your pile. Greens act as fuel for the tiny microbes that do the hard work of decomposition, while browns provide structure, absorb excess moisture, and keep the pile from getting too soggy. The right mix of both is essential for a healthy, active compost heap. If you add too many greens, your compost can quickly become a smelly, slimy mess. The excess nitrogen creates an imbalance, leading to unpleasant odors and even attracting unwanted pests. But if you go overboard with browns, your pile will dry out and decomposition will slow to a crawl. The microbes need enough moisture and nitrogen to stay active, so balance is key. For this compost elixir, it's best to skip meat, dairy, and oily foods. These items not only attract pests like rats and flies, but they also encourage the growth of harmful bacteria, making your compost less safe and more difficult to manage. Crushed eggshells, however, are a fantastic addition. They add valuable calcium to your compost, which helps plants build strong cell walls, and can even prevent problems like blossom end rot in tomatoes. To make things even easier, keep a lidded container on your kitchen counter. Chop your scraps into small pieces before adding them. This increases the surface area, giving microbes more to work on and speeding up the breakdown process. For example, a whole banana peel can take weeks to decompose, but when you chop it up, it becomes microbe food almost overnight. The smaller the pieces, the faster your compost will be ready to use. This simple habit of chopping and sorting your scraps can dramatically speed up your composting process, turning kitchen waste into garden gold in record time. Always remember, what you leave out of your compost is just as important as what you put in. Avoid anything that could cause problems down the line, and stick to the basics for best results. By sticking to clean, plant-based scraps, you'll create a sweet-smelling, nutrient-rich brew that your plants will love. It's a small effort with a huge payoff for your garden and the planet. Now, let's talk fermentation, the true engine behind transforming kitchen scraps into garden gold. Fermentation is a natural process that's been used for centuries to preserve food, but here, it's the secret to unlocking nutrients and making them more accessible for your plants. When you harness fermentation, you're not just breaking down waste, you're cultivating a living ecosystem that works for you. Bokashi composting typically uses a special bran inoculated with beneficial microbes, but you don't have to buy anything fancy. You can easily make your own microbial starter at home, using ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. This not only saves money, but also lets you experiment with different sources of microbes to see what works best for you. One simple method is the rice wash technique. Just shake a handful of uncooked rice in water, then pour off the cloudy liquid. This liquid is full of wild microbes from the rice's surface. Let it sit loosely covered for a few days at room temperature, and you'll see bubbles or a slight sour smell, signs that fermentation is underway. This rice wash becomes your homemade inoculant, ready to kickstart the process. Alternatively, you can use whey drained from yogurt or kefir. Whey is packed with lactic acid bacteria, which are the same powerful microbes found in commercial Bokashi bran. These bacteria are experts at breaking down organic matter quickly and safely, helping to suppress odors and prevent harmful pathogens from taking hold. To get started, use an airtight bucket or container. Each time you add a layer of chopped kitchen scraps, press them down firmly to squeeze out as much air as possible. This creates the low oxygen environment that fermentation microbes love and helps prevent mold or spoilage. Next, spray or drizzle a small amount of your rice wash or whey over the scraps. You don't need much, just enough to moisten the surface. This inoculates the new layer with beneficial microbes, ensuring that fermentation gets off to a strong start every time you add more material. Continue layering your food scraps and inoculant, pressing down each time until the bucket is full. This method lets you build up your compost gradually, making it easy to fit into your daily kitchen routine. Once the bucket is full, seal it tightly and store it somewhere out of direct sunlight, like under the sink or in a shaded corner. Let it ferment undisturbed for 2 to 3 weeks. During this time, the microbes will be hard at work, transforming your scraps into a nutrient-rich pre-compost. Inside the bucket, the scraps will take on a pickled appearance and a tangy aroma. The microbes are breaking down complex organic matter, making nutrients more available for plants, and creating a product that's safe to add to your soil. You'll know your fermentation is successful if the contents smell pleasantly sweet and vinegary, not rotten or putrid. This is a sign that beneficial microbes have dominated the process, keeping harmful bacteria at bay. After fermentation, you can bury the pickled scraps in your garden soil or add them to your compost pile. In just a few weeks, they'll break down completely, enriching your soil with nutrients and beneficial microbes. This is how you turn everyday kitchen waste into a true nutrient powerhouse for your plants. The best part? This process is simple, effective, and uses items you likely already have at home. With a little curiosity and care, you can transform your kitchen scraps into a valuable resource. So gather your supplies, start experimenting, and let's get fermenting. After 2 to 3 weeks, open your bucket to find the fermented core, pickled, not rotten. This is your concentrated compost starter, but it's too acidic for direct use. Next, let it mellow in soil. Dig a trench in a garden bed, bury the fermented material, and cover with soil. Over weeks, worms and microbes finish the job, spreading nutrients. Or, supercharge your compost pile by burying the fermented core in the center. For small spaces, layer the core with potting mix or leaves in a bin, ending with soil on top. Keep it moist. In a month, you'll have rich, living soil for containers or beds. This method works for any garden size. Your scraps become garden gold. Now for the liquid gold, leachate. As your scraps ferment, they release a concentrated liquid at the bucket's bottom. Use a bucket with a spigot to drain this every few days. The leachate should smell sweet and vinegary. If it's foul, discard and adjust your process. Always dilute before use. 1 tablespoon per gallon of water, 1:100 ratio. For seedlings, dilute even more. Use as a foliar spray or soil drench. Plants absorb nutrients fast. Apply every week or two during peak growth. This boosts plant health, vigor, and disease resistance. Your garden will thank you. Ready to level up? Additives can supercharge your elixir. A tablespoon of unsulfured blackstrap molasses per gallon feeds soil microbes. Liquid seaweed or kelp extract adds trace minerals and growth hormones. For more microbial diversity, add a scoop of compost or worm castings and let it brew for a few hours. Aerate with an aquarium pump for even more benefit. Try a sprinkle of wood ash for potassium, or ferment comfrey with your scraps for extra nutrients. Observe your garden and adjust ingredients to fit its needs. This is how you move from recipe to custom elixir. Experiment and watch your plants thrive. Application matters as much as the elixir itself. For general feeding, use the 1:100 dilution as a soil drench in the morning or evening. Foliar spray gives plants a quick boost. Coat both sides of the leaves. For seedlings, use a weaker dilution and water gently. Dip transplants' roots in the elixir before planting to inoculate them. Use the elixir to moisten compost piles, water cover crops, or drench new beds before planting. The goal, feed the soil, not just the plant. Healthy soil means healthy, productive gardens. Use your elixir regularly and see the difference. Your soil ecosystem will flourish. Sometimes things go wrong. Here's how to fix them. Foul smell, too much air or moisture. Press scraps down, add more browns, and check your seal. White mold is fine, black, green, or orange means contamination. Discard and start over. Not much leachate? Add a little non-chlorinated water but don't swamp it. If plants don't respond, check your dilution. Try a bit stronger and apply more often. Remember, this is about long-term soil health, not instant results. Be patient and observe your plants. Adjust as needed. Gardening is a dance, not a formula. Mistakes are part of learning. Stay curious and keep experimenting. Your garden will guide you. We've turned kitchen scraps into a powerful resource. This is more than fertilizer. It's about connecting with nature and building resilient soil. Every scrap you save is a step towards sustainability and abundance. Start simple. Get a bucket. Collect scraps. Make your first batch. See the difference in your plants and harvest. The power to create super soil is in your hands. Healthy soil is the future of gardening and food. By feeding soil life, you're cultivating a thriving ecosystem. Share this knowledge, subscribe for more, and keep growing greener. Now, go save those coffee grounds. Your garden awaits its elixir.